Today is Saturday, August 6th, 2022. It is also day 31 of SQL, and the case scenario for today is basically I have a twin, and it's our birthday, and we both have a list of places that we want to go for our birthday. And I'm basically going to convert those lists into databases, and then I'm going to narrow down my database by filtering out those places that are not in her database. And so basically at the end of the day, what that means is that I'm only going to have the places in my database that are in her database. So, the places that we both have in common. And then we'll decide in between those. So that's the goal. So I'll first create, if I could spell create a table, and I'll call it my list. And inside the parentheses, I'll write the column. So the first column is going to be ID, and this is going to be a data type integer, which means it's going to be a number. And then I'm going to make sure it's a primary key so that SQL knows that it's not just any other column. It's like the identifier. It's what identifies each place that I'm going to add. And then I also wanted to automatically add itself to each place that I add. So instead of me having to manually put it in. And then the second column is just going to be the place, and I'm going to set that to data type text. Now to insert my first place, I'll insert into my list the following columns, and so I'm just going to insert the place because ID, right, the identifier is automatically added, and then I'll put in values, and then the value that I want to add, let's say I want to go to the pool, and now to see that first place, I'll just select everything, which is like the asterisk symbol from my list, and I'll be able to see that. Now I'll create her list, so I'll create the same thing. Why can't I spell? Create table her list, and it's going to be the same column. So again, ID, it's going to be data type integer, it's going to be primary key. It just basically tells us SQL that this is, the ID the identifier. It's going to be auto increment, and then I'm going to have the place, or at least she's going to have a place, and it's going to be data type text because it's going to be text. All right, and I'll insert into her list the column that I want place, again because ID is automatically added, and then the values, let's say she wants to also go to the pool. All right, and so I'll select everything from her list, and I'll be able to see her list. I can also just select the place from her list, and then only her place is going to show up. Right, that's just a little side tip there, but let me add a few more destinations. So I'll just go ahead and copy and paste this. So maybe I want to go to, I'll add in like a 3 more. Maybe I want to go to a Funplex, and then maybe I want to go to the cinema, and then maybe I just want to go shopping, which is not really a place, so maybe just the mall. All right, and so let's say she wants to go, let me add 3 places here. Maybe she wants to go on a road trip to Cali. Let me just Cali. She wants to go to the pool, road trip to Cali. Maybe she wants to go to, what are places that I can go to? Oh, bowling. And then maybe she wants to go get froyo. So, what's that place called? Fruity yogurt. Okay, so maybe I also want to go to fruity yogurt. And then maybe she wants to go to Funplex. All right. So here's my databases, right? So the first one at the top is mine. Those are the places that I want to go for my birthday. The second one at the bottom is hers. Those are the places that she wants to go to her birthday. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to first select all of the places that she wants to go. So I'll select, which I already did, I select place from her list. And then for my list, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select, right, the places from my list where inside place, oops, did I say places? Place. The inside the place column is the following query. So it has to satisfy this query. Now if I put that there, get rid of that semicolon, now it's going to give me the places that we both have in common, right? So that's the pool and to go to fruity yogurt. So now we can decide in between those two. We narrow down our list, right? And those are the two places that we're going to decide on where to go. So like, yeah, so we made our job easier to decide where we're going to go for a birthday. So yeah, that's pretty much it. This is called a subquery, and this is the in operator. And this is a conditional, right? So I'm selecting a place from my list where it follows this condition, and that condition is the query that I used before, which is basically all of the places in her list. So it's basically saying only give me the places in my list that are also in her list. So basically, in other words, the places that we have in common. And that's it. And if I want to see the places that we don't have in common, then I can do not, and like maybe I really do not want to go to where she wants to go, and then I could just look at the places that we don't have in common in my list. And so that's like cinema and the mall, right? So that's not in, and then we have in. And that's pretty much it for today using the in operator. Bye.